It's fascinating how these like little rules connect our inner world with something as like vast as the divine.
Right. It's like this one sentence is a whole spiritual philosophy crammed into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ready for this?
Yeah, fit me.
How we see God is a direct reflection of how we see ourselves.
Okay.
If God brings to mind mostly fear and blame, it means there's too much fear and blame welled inside us.
Mm-hmm.
If we see God as full of love and compassion, so are we.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I'm picturing an actual mirror right now, you know?
Right.
What kind of reflection are we putting out there?
It's so profound and it really resonates with like a lot of spiritual traditions that I've encountered, but this quote like just makes it so personal. It's like it's asking, how's your relationship with yourself?
Hmm.
Because that impacts everything else.
It really makes you think.
Yeah.
So are we saying that if someone's down on themselves, they're automatically going to have a harsher view of, like, the universe?
I don't think it's like a direct cause and effect, but our internal state is definitely a lens through which we view things. Think about it this way. If you see the world through rose-colored glasses, everything's tinted rosy, right?
Right.
Same with our self-perception, but instead of applying it to our perception of like our physical surroundings, it's applied to God, to fate, to just how the world works.
So, like, if you feel unlucky and then something bad happens, it just proves that the universe is out to get you.
Exactly. But for someone who's maybe focusing on gratitude, those same events might be seen as opportunities for growth. It all comes back to the lens. And
Mhm.
psychologists talk about this too, you know? Yeah, it's like confirmation bias. We tend to see what we already believe.
So this isn't just some woo-woo spiritual thing. This is actually backed up by, like, how our brains are working.
Absolutely. And it's not just about these big abstract ideas like God or the universe or whatever. Think about everyday interactions. Like, if you're walking around feeling insecure, someone's neutral comment might feel like a criticism.
Oh, totally.
But with a healthy amount of self-esteem, you're less likely to take it personally.
Okay, that makes sense. So if we're working on cultivating self-compassion, that's almost like upgrading to a clearer lens.
Yeah, you could say that. And it's not about being naive. It's more about approaching yourself and the world with a little bit more grace, you know?
Hmm.
And research actually suggests that like practicing self-compassion can lead to having more empathy for others.
Interesting.
It's like that loving energy kind of ripples outward.
That's hopeful because so much of the time we're told to, like, focused outward, help others, all this stuff. But what if taking care of our inner world is part of that?
It's not either, it's both hand. You can't pour from an empty cup, right?
Right.
So if we want to see more love and compassion out there in the world around us, maybe we need to start with ourselves.
This has me thinking, if enough of us shifted that inner lens, could we actually impact something bigger than ourselves?
It's a really interesting question.
Could humanity's collective view actually change? What do you think? Have you ever noticed this link in your own life between how you see yourself and how you experience the world?
Yeah.
Food for thought.